U novom izdanju podcasta Timeout ugostit ćemo nekadašnjeg košarkaša Crvene zvezde Majka Cirbesa. I want to thank you so much for your time, for being here with us. I know that Red Star fans, Zvezda fans, will be very happy to hear from you because it's been a while since you didn't speak for Serbian media, right? So thank you so much for this. And I will ask you that again. I asked you that off camera. I will ask you, how are you doing? Feeling good?
I'm great, yeah. I'm cool.
Cool. At home, now playing in Germany. And I need to ask you something. How is coming back home after a lot of years playing abroad and now being home? Is that weird or you're feeling more comfortable now?
I can't say that I feel more comfortable. I just say it's it's different. I started my professional career here in the same team where I'm playing right now. I am from this town actually, so my whole family is living here, and that's really different. Like to be able to play in front of your parents, grandparents, family all over. So I really like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a very funny connection that you started here and now you're back. So, but things changed. You're not the same person now when you started. So can you see the difference?
I mean, luckily I'm not. I guess every person is getting more mature over the years, or at least should be. As I said, I'm not the same person anymore, but more or less I am. So I kind of grew up, but kind of not.
Yeah, I would like to talk about a lot of topics, but one thing is popping on my mind right now because I want to hear your opinion and the difference. I want to hear what's your opinion when it comes to the German basketball, the quality of German basketball, because actually we need to notice that lately Germany is having great results. A lot of players going to the NBA, a lot of great players in Europe, teams in EuroLeague playing very good, the national team doing amazing worldwide. So how do you see that?
I mean, I see it very positive. I remember when I started really playing basketball. Like at the beginning, it was kind of so just for fun. But at one point, I started really playing, and that was the first year of the youth BBL, so the first league in the youth program. And after so many years, you kind of see the result, what this brought for the German basketball overall. So I'm really positive on the German national team, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. And I would like to hear your opinion about other things. I'm not saying this is true, Mike. This is just my thinking, and I would like to hear because especially in Europe and in Germany, we have seen a lot of great players and coaches from this area. I would like to mention Svetislav Pešić that had a big impact on German basketball. And this is just one example, but these players, these coaches, how they affected the mentality and the upgrade of basketball in Germany from your point of view?
Well, that's tough saying. Overall, I think the German mentality is not made for any sport. We are kind of weird society sometimes. Even more happy I am that the German national team is where they are right now. And for sure, coaches influence the game, but also the whole program. As I said before, the youth program, I think really stepped up the whole game.
Mm-hmm. I ask you that because many times when I talked with some foreigners, like Italian players, and they work with Serbian coaches, they said that they changed after working with them because they had this attitude. This is different here because this country is a basketball country, and Serbs had a very particular mentality. You know them extremely good. You spent a lot of years here, and so for this reason I ask you that. So I wanted to know what influence they had or this mentality had on you, on your career, on your mindset.
On my personal career, when I started playing basketball, I started playing for a Bosnian coach, and he was a huge fan of. I think he was a Partizan fan, but never mind. I kind of grew up with those stories about Red Star and Partizan, Yeah, so like, I mean, like he really helped me a lot at the beginning, and he kind of put me like on the right track in order to have a career like this.
Who was that coach?
Josip Bošnjak. I'm not sure you know about him. He's like a legend here in this city. Um, Unfortunately, he never had a chance to be on like a higher level coach. But for like youth programs, I think he's a great coach.
And what did he say when you joined Crvena Zvezda, even if he was a Partizan, a Partizan fan?
I mean, like he was still happy for me. We're still in contact. He's just been on the last game. Yeah, like we're still in great contact and everything. And I mean, like he used to be a Partizan fan, but still like he was very glad that I had a chance to play for any of those certain teams.
Since you mentioned this coach, and I can hear that he has an influence on you, tell me more about this. Tell me more about your relationship with him. Tell me more about your collaboration with this coach.
I mean, first of all, like he was my coach back then. So he was my coach from the age of 6, 7 until I was 19. So for a long time of period, and we had great success here. But I mean, like you always have to put it in perspective. Like it was a great success here in my hometown. We also won like the German Cup, but okay, that was like the youth. So, but overall, I mean, the way he was coaching was different than, I mean, as I said before, than the typical German coaches. I feel like here, you can't, how to say that, like you can't be so like aggressive towards the players, especially young kids. Otherwise, you're gonna have immediately problems with their parents, whatever, and they're gonna go at you. But I think, I mean, sometimes you need that, especially as a player, especially as a youth player. So I always was a big fan of the way yeah, Yugo coaches actually coach.
Yeah, I understand what you want to say, because this aggressive attitude is not aggressive toward the person. It's like the way you want to convey your wishes on the court. I understand this, but for some person this might be, for example, in Italy, because I was born in Italy, so the mentality is different. This is very harsh. This is not. This
It
is
is, but you
not
actually
good for
have
you.
to. I mean, like sometimes, I mean, like especially young players. I mean, I guess I was a great example for that. You needed to put me in the how to say that. Like you need to put me in my position to help the team. Otherwise, I would just go crazy sometimes. Me personally, like I needed a coach like this. I found a great way to work with coaches like that. As I said already in the youth. So I never had a problem with that. Completely opposite. I mean, I was really glad having coaches like this.
But since we're mentioning coaches, and I can see your mentality, you have a very strong mentality, very close to the Balkan mentality when it comes to coaching and playing. And for this reason, I want to ask you, can you tell me one coach you would like to work with potentially, or you wanted to work with before, but you never had the chance?
That's tough. I mean, you kind of see coaches on the court, and mostly coaches are different from what you see on television or from the opponent team. Like personally, I actually just knew the coach that I was playing for, and I mean, of course, I'm gonna mention now Valonic. Like he had a great impact on me. He made me he was one of the coaches who made me the player who I actually was. Or am trying sometimes. Yeah, I mean, as I said before, I love this honestly, like this honest coaching, like when you, I don't know how I'm able to speak here, but like when I fuck up something, I want my coach to let me know that I just fucked up, and I don't need a coach to then like try to be nice to me or whatever, but like the honest coaching, like the honest honest opinion about me, about my playing, about my working attitude, whatever. Like I want the honest coaching, and I think that's what you totally get from those coaches.
Definitely understand what you want to say, but are you thinking about being a coach maybe in the future, or is not in your plans?
I don't know. That's a tough question. I think I'm not a person for the head coach position. I think that's going like as a head coach, you need to like from your character, you kind of or like you need to work every day with like so many different characters, and you need to how to say that you need to overlook guys you may don't like. I mean, obviously you can't like all the players you have, or all the person you're surrounded with. At least I can. So to work with those guys, like I don't know. I think it's going to be tough. But I see myself. I think I could help a lot of teams as like an individual coach of big guys, for example, or like especially big guys, obviously. So I kind of see myself in that position, yeah.
If you think now about your career, what was like the biggest issue that you have to face throughout your career?
I mean, like it's a part of the game, but my injuries was always tough situations. I think I would point out this. Like as a player, you want to play, you want to help the team wherever you can, but I mean, as I said, it's a part of the game, but it's always a terrible situation you're in, where you just can't help the team, where you still get the pressure sometimes. Like those times where I was injured, I think those times were the toughest of my career.
Yeah, that's a big problem for you guys because you cannot control your body. This just can happen, and this is a mental fight, as I said. I asked about the bad sides, but now, what was the best moment in your career? Now, if you think about your career, you say, okay, that was the best moment in my career. I was the best in that moment.
I think the best moment. I think there's not one moment which I can count out. I think I mean the best situations. I like overall. You know what's coming up, but always been in Zvezda. I mean, like living there, feeling the whole passion of the whole city about basketball. In my second year, I was playing the best basketball I've ever played in my whole career. And this definitely comes from the whole surrounding of all.
Time wearing the jersey of Crvena Zvezda, how was that?
Well, that's a tough question to answer. I mean, that was different. It was different than I. I mean, I kind of expected something like this at the beginning when I signed for Zvezda. As I said, because I knew about it before already, about the whole rivalry and everything. But then actually playing there, I mean, it's really tough to explain. It's like I kind of catch myself watching those videos from back in the days and everything, and I still got goosebumps watching it. But the feeling I had when I was like actually standing on the court and playing was so overwhelming that I mean, like it's tough to explain. It's different than everything I've ever felt before, and I mean, most likely I will never get this feeling again. But I'm really glad that I had a chance to be in that position.
You said once that Zvezda is your family, and very short, yes.
Yeah, I'm sure about it. Yes. I mean, I'm trying to catch up all the games. Unfortunately, it's tough to see games in the other league. I'm trying to catch up every yearly game about the guys being injured, about the next games. I'm still in great contact with all those guys, like I mean, with Kalina, Bobby, Laza, of course, Luca, like all those guys. Like we still have this WhatsApp group from like my first 2 years. So yeah, like we're still connected, and that's unusual in the basketball world. Like in the basketball world, everything is so it's so fast. Like every year is changing. You see every year like 13 new guys like you got to hang out with, you got to play with. But but like a team which over so many years is like still staying in contact and in great contact, and I think that's really special.
You told me that before coming to Zvezda, you knew about the situation, Zvezda, Partizan, the fans and everything. But one thing is like hearing about this, and one thing is be here.
Like it's tough. Like when you stay on the court, you know, like you have so many guys behind you, like having your back. Um, like you really feel how to say that. Like you really feel like the whole passion. Like it doesn't. I mean, obviously it matters if you play home or not. But even playing abroad, so even playing against Partizan on their court was special because you just feel the whole passion. Like people love basketball, people love sports overall, but like especially basketball, and like being on that court is, I mean, it's really tough to explain. Like to know that like you're playing now on this court and like you have so many people who most likely going to kill you if you're going to see them outside. But on the same side, you know, like you have like at least the same amount of people behind you having your back. It's just overwhelming. It's just crazy.
No, great. I got it. I got it. Just ask you more deeply this question because you know, for people from this area, they understand how deep is the derby. We have derbies in every country. It's not something new. It's not a big deal. But here is another level. And I remember Enes one gave an interview, and okay, he's a foreigner coming here playing for Zvezda, and he said, now I understand the meaning of the derby, because he was talking to Branko Lazic, and Branko Lazic told him told him, man, we can lose every game, it's not a big deal, but we cannot lose the derby, we must win the derby must be done.
That's true. That's true. I mean, like the derby, we always had like I mean, like we always prepared like every game the same, but the derby always had. I mean, as he said, like it's something special, and there's a different kind of pressure on this game, of course.
Now, when I mentioned one of your teammates in Zvezda, you had this big smile on your face. So I can remember 1,000 of memories pop up to your mind, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as I said, like Laza is one of my closest friends, and yeah, we've been roommates for 4 years. All my years I was playing there. He know everything about me. I know everything about him. We had so many great times we went together through. Then also like my last year where I was injured, like he kind of had my back. So yeah, he's special. He's my guy.
Great. I'm sure he'll be very happy to hear this. But tell me, what do you think about this season, this roster of Crvena Zvezda? They're doing pretty good in the EuroLeague. So what do you think about the guys?
I think we're doing great. I mean, right now we are in the position for playoffs. I hope we're going to stay there. I think we have a great chance. Yeah, I mean, once the playoffs starts, like how to say that in German we say like the cards are new mixed up, so like everything starts from the beginning. And I think we have a chance against pretty much all the teams playing over best of five.
Did I hear properly, or you talking about Zvezda, you said we have a chance?
Zvezda have a chance, yes.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It's great.
I'm a fan. So
it's great to hear that, but I heard that we have a chance, so I was happy actually to hear you saying we have a chance, because that means that you really care.
Yeah, I mean, I consider myself now as a fan, so I say we. I mean, I kind of. How to say that? I'm a Zvezda fan, whatever.
Mike, I need to ask you something. Can you remember the night before the derby? Your feelings? How is that night? The night before a big game, but especially before the derby.
I always tried to. I tried to calm myself down by not changing anything. So I went to bed at the same time. I was always eating the same thing before a game. I was always eating the same thing on a game day. I think that always helped me to kind of keep myself not down, but like but like more relaxed and just see it as a normal game. I mean, obviously it wasn't, and obviously like your head is like start thinking differently, but I mean, if this gonna overcome you, you won't play the way you want to. So you got to find a way to kind of calm down, and that's how I did it. I mean, as I said, me personally, I always try to see it as every other game, knowing that it's obviously not.
So you played in many teams in a lot of countries, and a long experience. But this question might be a little bit weird. But if you could change something in your career or do something differently, what would that be?
That's tough. I always try to have my career the way that afterwards I'm not gonna be able to answer this question. I always try to handle basketball and to handle my situations that I won't regret anything afterwards. So overall, I can say I don't regret anything. I could have done some things differently. I mean, obviously you always can, but I think it's tough to say after a career. I'm really glad how my career went. I mean, like the saying, like don't forget where you're from. I mean, it kind of sounds like a regular saying what everybody's saying, but I really feel like that. I mean, I'm here from a very small town in the middle of Germany. Basketball always, I mean, been here, but like not on the highest level. So having a career like this, I think I'm not in a position to regret anything.
And is that meaning that you're finishing your career here, or no? It's just a transition.
I mean, I started my professional career here in Trier, and now like I'm living here close to my family. There are some family issues, private issues I have to take care about, and I really couldn't leave right now. So I mean, I'm already 35. Sometimes I feel like 45. So I think that's going to be the end of my career here for sure. Yes.
Any plans for the future that you would like maybe to share with us? Coming back to Zvezda.
I mean, that's also a tough question. As a professional athlete, you spend your whole time, like you're spending so much time on basketball that you actually can't do nothing else than that. So now, being at the end of my career, I kind of see myself in a position where, I mean, I can start working tomorrow in a bank here in Luxembourg. I mean, I'm living right next to Luxembourg, like closer to Luxembourg actually than to my hometown. So like I can't work now in the bank in Luxembourg. So so I got to see where I can help the team in case I want to stay in the team afterwards, in the office, in individual coaching, in the media work, whatever. I think I'm going to find my way through that because it's the most obvious thing to do. I won't start now like a whole career where I'm going to start studying and everything. I think first of all I'm kind of old for this, and second, I always hated school, so I can't go back to school. I think most likely I'm gonna find myself in a position working in a team here and trying to bring up the team in the first league.
It will be a waste not to use your talent and your experience in basketball, even after the professional careers. So I really hope you're gonna find what you're looking for. And
if any coach want an individual big guy coach, you can call me, no problem.
And I wish you a lot of luck for what you want to achieve. And I want to thank you again for this interview. It was really a pleasure, Majk.
Thank you very much. For me too. Thank you.
To je sve za ovo izdanje podcasta. Nadam se da ste uživali, a mi se ponovo družimo sljedećeg četvrtka.